Alright guys, today's video is about the difference between kindness and friendliness. There's already a lot of things we can differentiate. I'm not even gonna say that word, differentiate. Or the difference, let's just say the difference. Because I can't even say that word. Differentiate. I think I said it right there. Alright. Well, there's a lot of things maybe. I just don't know too many examples, too many ways of explaining it, but I feel like there's two kinds of kindness and friendliness. And when I think of kindness, I think there's two kinds, and I would say it applies the same to being friendly. And there's two differences, but what they have in common is that you need to be that to yourself mostly at all times. Even when you're at fault, there's some type of kindness and friendliness that comes out of that. And same thing with other people. Want to be kind and friendly. You really want to be that all the time, but it's not always the case, right? So like there was instances where I thought where even myself, I've been guilty, and and others I've seen them do the same thing, kind of similar to what I've done. And I think sometimes it's like with everything. You know how they say, I could probably even do another video about this, but maybe I won't, because it kind of ties in a lot with this. But you know, they say, oh, treat yourself the way you treat others. Well, that's the same thing that applies to this. Like I think if you're kind and you try to not be negative and degrading about yourself, you won't be to others, unless they, like if there's a good reason to be that way. But it's not really that. It's not really nothing. It's not really like you're being negative or unkind to others. I think it's when someone is being not logical or not being reasonable. Like you could tell that they deserve that kind of judgment. But like you say, you can't really judge someone until you really know everything, or we know them lately, because maybe like you met them again a year later, or you just see them on social media. You really don't know who they are, so you can't really judge. But overall, like if it's like a random stranger too, like if you see somebody that's in danger, you think you're being unkind, you're not being friendly. Oh well, if that person, if he was doing something wrong, you can't. There's only so much you can do. You definitely can't be kind. Friendly, you could maybe tone it down, make them calm down, and maybe realize certain things that they don't realize. And I think that's the difference. In a way, being friendly is kind of like you're not complimenting, you're not really saying, you're not really trying to make them feel good about themselves, but you're being nice to them. I think that's the difference. And sometimes you can't be both. Well, it's obvious you shouldn't be in friendship relations with those people, or the people that you knew some a while back, or you maybe know them at the moment, but you're thinking of cutting ties with them. But yeah, there's a big difference between those two, and I want to really talk about it because I think I've experienced. And I don't know if there's going to become another video. I don't know if I'm going to go too much into deep, but I feel like the people that could give this kind of advice, like myself, I believe I've already found out that I could actually give this kind of advice. It's not just to help myself, I guess. You could say that if you've been in the dark and the light, then you could give this kind of advice. So I've been in both worlds, and I've tried to overcome myself to get out of the darkness and into the light. So by saying this is like raw shit. Experience both if you want. Hold on. If you want to give advice, if you want to give some type of philosophy or whatever the case may be, and I think you got to be part of both worlds. Like, I'll tell you why. Like, I'm not trying to like you to start watching videos on YouTube of the people that only been through the light, because they had great parents. Unfortunately, I only had one parent, and so it's kind of hard to be in the light the whole time when you have certain things that most families don't have. And I think like it can be a good role model, but they can't give you deep advice because they always had a good parent to guide them, and they were cooperative. And they could be good role models, but not like someone that you wanna get advice when you've been through the worst times. And you definitely don't want to get advice from people that are always in the darkness and they still are there and they're stuck there, because they're not going to be good examples. The opposite of the ones that are always in the light. So just beware. I'm just advising you this. Just continue watching my videos. There's more people today here than other times. I think they're doing their New Year's resolution, trying to hike up what I've been doing all year. But maybe because in December it was a low point, people wanted to be with the family. But I see more people that are walking here. And, I wish you a happy New Year, everybody. I wish I wasn't so shy. That's why I'm doing this, because it's hard for me to, when I see people, I do say hi to them, but like, I don't want them to think, oh, who's this guy? He thinks he knows it all. Not really. I think every day I'm learning something new, even the slightest bit of something that I never knew. Technology makes you learn new things. I have like all kinds of technology in my car, but anyways, I'm rambling on. And speaking of kindness, I'm never kind to my navigation system. It's supposed to be smart, but it's not always smart. And I be cussing it all every time I drive. But yeah, just be advice. Know the difference between kindness and friendliness, and try to be kind and friendly to everybody and yourself. It starts with you first. Speak to yourself. And Happy New Year. I'm gonna make this video short because I feel like it should just stay there now. And I was just pacing around today, walking around actually, and thinking about all this. And I have all this weekday to think about it, so I'm definitely improvising more than other times. You guys take care. I think that's all I have to say. So until next week, I'll try to stay consistent. I know it's been 2 weeks. All right, bye.